The way I came to grips with this devastating event was to return to my roots in astrology and look at how the language and symbols of astrology reveal correlations between what happened that fateful day and key planetary alignments. The Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and the airplanes that destroyed them are highly charged symbols and archetypes that show the interconnectedness of our individual lives. Let us journey together into the realm of archetypes using the language of astrology. The planetary alignment on that historically sealed day was a powerful Saturn-Pluto opposition that began on July 19th, 2001. This particular alignment only happens once every 35 years. It will last for 11 months. Be aware that a powerful alignment such as this marks a gateway and is only the beginning of a cycle that may last up to 10 years, producing continuous, remarkable changes in the world and in our personal lives. Let me give you a metaphor of what I mean by a gateway and beginning of a new cycle. When we graduate high school or college, the day of our graduation is the gateway to the beginnings of a new cycle of changes, challenges, losses, and victories, all part of our journey. We are at the threshold of just such a cycle, a great opportunity to evolve into more compassionate, intuitive, aware beings. The change must come from within before it manifests on the outside. Hence, we become the agents of our changes, creating a better world to live in. We can do this by confronting our inner terrorist, our dark shadow side, and then make a commitment to be fierce in our desire and compassion to go for that which brings us peace and harmony. It is not an amusement ride by any means. It is hard work, sometimes painful, sad, and terrifying. However, the rewards are worth every twinge of pain felt and every tear shed. As I describe the interconnection of the planets to our inner lives, we will see how we can be guided into our next step. The planets represent patterns, which are part of our human nature. These patterns look like they are out there, but they are within each one of us, just like our urges and needs. The Greeks called the planets wanderers, who traveled against the backdrop of the galaxy and the constellations. So too, our urges, our needs, our emotions move against the backdrop of our world. In order to make this information easier to understand, I would like to create a bit of theater to describe the functions that our main players, Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn, and Pluto, play out in the plot of this powerful opposition. Jupiter, royal and expansive. Mercury, winged messenger of the gods. They create a dynamic duo together, and they certainly made their point by being true to the signs they rule, performing their functions and putting the surprise attack into action on that unforgettable day. Saturn and Pluto resonate with fear and power, at times the power of fear, at others, the fear of power. Together, they correspond to major shifts in the world. Remember, the planets represent our human ways of expressing emotions, urges, and needs. Let me introduce the two faces of our inner Pluto, Pluto descending and Pluto ascending. Pluto descending is Lord of the underworld, representing irreversible change and deep transformation, an initiatory descent into the underworld, revealing our dark shadow, forcing us to release control. We're in the throes of death, transformation, and rebirth. As we descend into the underworld, we are able to see what in the ancient world was sacred and now has become taboo in the modern. Ancestors may appear to guide us in this initiation. We may well feel that we are on a journey of no return, frightened, alone, surrendered to the unknown. All may seem to be lost. Pluto invokes statements like, "The world has changed forever. I'll never feel safe again." These are Pluto's footprints. On September 11th, we experienced the loss of innocence in the space of only a few hours. We all experienced the energies of Pluto directly, viscerally, up close and personal. A Pluto encounter, as usual, without warning. Pluto brings about what is absolutely necessary and ultimately beneficial, even if it feels horrible at the time. By destroying illusion, archaic form, and superficiality, Pluto changes us, burns our bridges, and forces decisions. Pluto brings us to our knees at the threshold of great spiritual truth. Truly, it is in the darkness that we find the light. When we are in the darkest night of the soul, in our deepest sorrow, then the light is nearest to us all. When we dissolve our resistance, the field of all possibilities opens. Truly, a shift in direction and destiny.